This is Liz Cambage, full-time WNBA All-Star, one of the greatest players of her generation. Career earnings, $900,000. Earnings on OnlyFans, $1.5 million.
Yeah, we're all doomed. We're fucked. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, everybody watching this, before you go crazy, please pack your bags, find the nearest space shuttle, and move to another planet, okay? Because this is fucking worrying.
That's right. She made more on OnlyFans in 7 days than in her entire basketball career. She's not the only one. From track and field to bobsled, more and more pro athletes are joining OnlyFans to make a living. Even Douglas Costa and Nick Kyrgios. Now you might think the obvious. These athletes are selling their bodies for money, and the guys at Athletic Interest made a video about it to have fun with the research. But it's more complicated than that. We are not just talking about lower-ranked athletes, but Olympic champions, Wimbledon finalists, and Champions League footballers. Why would any of those athletes join a platform that is popular for pornography? How much money are they making? And what does this say about the current sports and creator economy? As it turns out, there is a much bigger picture. OnlyFans has managed to do something that most companies fail. They took something people were used to getting for free and convinced them to pay for it. The numbers speak for themselves. Over 350 million users, nearly 8 billion in revenue in 2024, and a large chunk of that went straight to creators. For comparison, that's $1 billion more than the combined salaries of every NBA player. Sure, there are way more creators on OnlyFans than players in the NBA, but it's also a lot easier to start an OnlyFans than to land an NBA contract.
So after seeing all of those numbers and after seeing all those analytics and stats, yeah, obviously most people can start the OnlyFans and make basically nothing while being on the NBA. You're probably gonna make something even if you're not on the top. But if you're an NBA player or whatever sports player, big and famous, especially a good-looking woman, there's already tons of people that want your booty chicks online just to check them out and slobber all over their screens. And you know what? After seeing all of this, I get it. If you have no care about anything about what people think about you, if you don't want to uphold some kind of an image of yourself of that one girl or guy that did this record or whatever, had this sports career, and then you just want to F it up, your whole image, just for some money on OnlyFans, you know what? I get it. I get it. I don't approve of it, but sadly, it's a horrible big trend we're seeing right now. We're also seeing a lot of people just doing dumb stuff just to go viral. They won't make any social media career out of it. They won't become YouTubers or TikTokers or whatever. But they will make an OnlyFans just because of that one viral video that got tens of millions of views. They'll make an OnlyFans and they'll make a ton of money. We all know that this shit doesn't last forever.
Unless you're a global superstar like LeBron, Messi, or Simone Biles, the truth is most professional athletes earn surprisingly little. Let's take Olympic athletes as an example. The average track and field athlete makes around $15,000 per year from their sport. That's less than a McDonald's worker in France who earns about $22,000 on minimum wage. And it gets worse.
Minimum wage in my country is like 8-something K. No, it's like 6.5 to 7K a year in US dollars.
The International Olympic Committee, which earns over $7 billion per Olympic cycle, pays absolutely nothing to the athletes directly, even if they win gold. That's because the Olympic system was built on the idea that athletes should remain amateurs, competing for honor, not money. A rule originally designed to keep working-class athletes out of elite sport, and one that still affects how money flows in the industry today. We've actually made a full video about this. We'll link it in the description.
I didn't know about all of this. This is interesting.
So how do Olympians survive? They rely on a fragile mix of 3 things. Salaries, if they are lucky. Prize money, which varies wildly. And sponsorships, which mostly go to the big names in football.
Most of the stuff that I've seen, that I've heard from some sports people that I know, not huge worldwide sports people, but you know, on a Balkan Macedonian level, which is the country that I am from, they've said most of the money comes from sponsorships.
Ball and basketball. Take the 2012 London Olympics. Usain Bolt made over $20 million that year with a $9 million Puma deal. But Megan Kalmer, an Olympic bronze medalist in rowing, she made $10,000 for her medal, before taxes, and had to grow her own vegetables to make ends meet. And it's not just Olympians. The study found that 80% of professional athletes in the US don't consider themselves financially stable. Travel, gear, training, nutrition, it all adds up. Sponsorship money is drying up, especially if you're not constantly on TV. Which brings us back to OnlyFans. Because if you're a world-class athlete with a loyal fan base, but you're earning less than a delivery driver, why wouldn't you turn to a platform that lets you monetize your following directly? There is an
Or just start a business because of your following. There's tons of YouTubers, there's tons of TikTokers that choose a smart path and, build a business out of it. If I ever succeed on this platform, I mean, I want to post videos forever, and I try and will if I succeed, obviously, right? But I'm also going to try and just start something on the side. It's going to be different from my channel, but it's going to be built on top of my channel. It's going to be something that, my viewership and my channel helped build this business. And I'm still going to make the content that I want to make. I'm just going to help my newfound success in building a new business. Because you got eyes on you, right? And when you're on this level, why not build something from this, right? You've got eyes on you, you've got fans. And the easiest choice is always OnlyFans, but people have lost respect for themselves these days. And you know what? Maybe if me and everybody watching this video, maybe if we were on this level, maybe all of us would have chosen this path. Probably not. I don't think so, because most athletes haven't chosen this path. But this just goes to show you, having one passion in life or just having one thing you need to do in life, it's not safe already. It's sad. That's the sad truth. But if your only passion is to be a software engineer, and you have no backup, something you just wouldn't mind doing a part-time or just as a side hustle or whatever, even though I hate doing just work 24/7 and I hate this side hustle business type of mentality that the whole world has right now. But you never know when the business is gonna fail. You never know if the business is gonna fail, if it's gonna succeed, and you never know when you're gonna get laid off. The world we're living in right now, it's fucking horrible.
Going tug of war in the creator economy. On one side, the creators, athletes, in our case, who produce the content. On the other, the platforms that distribute it. The question is always the same. Who gets how much of the money? Social media platforms make billions by monetizing the attention athletes generate. Think of Douglas Costa. Millions of fans, millions of clicks. But most of the value he creates goes to the platforms. Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok are great for exposure. They help creators land brand deals, affiliate links, and sponsorships. But when it comes to paying creators directly, almost nothing. YouTube is an exception. It shares ad revenue, mostly respects creators.
Yeah, like what Ronaldo did. Ronaldo's plan is, after being done with his career in soccer, football, whatever you want to call it, his plan is to go on social media full time. And I don't think he went on OnlyFans. I fucking hope not. But I'm not a Ronaldo fan. I don't give a F. But from what I've seen, he already started a YouTube channel months ago, or maybe even a year ago. And now he's focusing on that. And you know what? You can get tons of brand deals. You can get tons of sponsorships, and on top of all the views you're gonna get, because he's one of the most popular soccer players in the fucking world, right?
And rewards consistency. But even on YouTube, it's a grind to make a living. Talking from experience here. OnlyFans wants
I don't even make a living on it. I don't even make money on this. I still just make it for fun. So
to flip the model, allowing creators to monetize their audience directly. It's part of a larger shift in the maturing creator economy. Creators getting a bigger slice of the value they generate. And for the most part, that's a good thing. More control, more transparency, more revenue for creators. But there's a catch. OnlyFans still comes with baggage. Yes, they market the idea of behind-the-scenes access, training footage, recovery routines, Q&As. But let's be real. Most content on the platform isn't meal plans and workout tips.
Yep. OnlyFans didn't start out as basically a mild corn app. It started off as something much different. Their plan wasn't to basically become the paid version of Cornhub. But when people saw that there's no limit to what they can do, well, there is to a limit, but the limit is way up. They can still post some kind of explicit content and all this stuff. And they said, hey, you know what? Let's monetize my fucking corn videos, and let's monetize my body to make money out of it, and possibly put my life in danger. And if all of this fails, I will never be able to get a freaking job. So
unless
that's
you're
fun.
willing to show skin, the odds of making serious money are slim. And for athletes,
Yep.
that comes with a risk. Aligning with a platform still associated with adult content could harm sponsorship opportunities. It could turn off brands and eventually backfire. Some critics also argue that it normalizes explicit content, or worse, pushes financially struggling athletes toward choices they wouldn't otherwise make. It becomes an ethical question. Is OnlyFans empowering athletes to monetize their attention, or nudging the vulnerable to sell their bodies? There's something to win and something to lose for athletes joining OnlyFans. But the biggest winner in all of this, OnlyFans itself, because there is a catch to why so many pro athletes are joining the platform. Many of them...
So, this video is coming to the conclusion that the platform, OnlyFans, is actually baiting all these athletes to come and join. And basically, you know, OnlyFans profiting from all of this, basically acting like predators to all these people who just need more money to survive, because being on the bottom of the third division of whatever country, playing for their, you know, football or soccer, whatever, doesn't make a lot of money. That's so sick.
Paid by OnlyFans
we live
to
in
do
this
so.
kind of a world
They
right
are
now.
not only doing it to get the 80% cut, but they get good old sponsorship money from the company. Why?
Okay.
Because OnlyFans wants to go mainstream, and their way in is sports. They even have a whole sports blog on their website.
I did not know
where
about
they
this.
report about OnlyFans-sponsored athletes and
Holy
teams.
shit.
The strategy is social proofing. Athletes and fans will be more likely to sign up in the future as they see others doing the same. Adult content is still their core business.
Yeah, we're fucked.
But if they want to grow, they need to
we're fucked.
diversify. And sports is one of the most trusted, emotionally driven content genres out there. It also fits the broader trend. Athletes building direct relationship with fans without relying on media companies or brands. Cristiano
Is there a
started
meteor
YouTube
coming to strike
Kylie
me right
Kuzma
now?
launched a newsletter. Austin
I hope it
Eckler
is.
built his own app called Experience. Everyone's trying to own the connection.
It's crazy to see how OnlyFans is trying to go more and more mainstream and trying to appeal more and more to like stuff that was never connected with pornographic stuff, right? Like this is basically Corn 2.0. And now, like they're even trying to find ways to even make it more profitable than it already is for very famous athletes to go on Pornhub, right? To go on, well, not Pornhub, but you know what I mean, OnlyFans. And the world already has a huge problem with, you know, porn and pleasuring themselves and well, you know, all the dating crisis and everything that's happening all the time. We're still seeing it every single day, all around TikTok, YouTube, all these social media places. It's just because people are just getting comfortable, wasting their money on subscriptions on this stupid stuff. They're even trying to ruin sports right now with this. I'm not an avid sports watcher. I don't care, but I care about what's gonna do what this is gonna do to society. This is just gonna make society more and more basically deluded, delusional, and stupid, and socially incapable to walk up to people, to make conversation with people, to try and date people, because well, everybody's gonna get brainwashed by corn videos and by normalizing stuff like OnlyFans. I've said it many times, I hate when politics and sports get mixed up, or when politics and business gets mixed up. And now, corn and sports are gonna get mixed up for business purposes. Yep. Yeah, we're doomed, we're fucked. Tell me in the comments what you think about all of this. And if you're someone who watches like sports, like for example, car races, would you wanna see your favorite car racer or whatever sports person drive a car that's sponsored from OnlyFans? I know I wouldn't want to see that stuff. I think 20 to 30 years from now, maybe sooner, there's gonna be college and high school like football and basketball and hockey matches being sponsored by all of this. Yeah, we're doomed. Bye.